Welcome back to Light Up with Adera. And today I'm here with Sally from Noelle James Home. And Sally, thank you for coming from Calgary, or shall I say Three Hills,
Three Hills,
Alberta.
Yes.
Close to Calgary and Red Deer, if you're wondering where exactly that is. Yeah. What got you into working with wood and making it super special for people to have in their homes?
I have been craving being creative for a really long time, and we took a class and I was hooked, and all of a sudden I do this as my job and I can't believe it.
It's incredible. You make such beautiful pieces of work. And how did it start? Like, you took the class, but what was the class? Just how to sand it, or?
It was a class on working with epoxy and wood.
Okay.
I did get my first toolbox when I was 5 years old, though. So tools are not new to me, and power tools are not new to me. And but working with epoxy and wood and the finer points of that are new. The rest of the skills are transferable.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And how did it start? Like, you were starting to do like charcuterie boards and signs, and now there's some like ornaments that you'll make, and it's sort of, you call it like the gateway drug.
It's my gateway drug. Yeah. So we also have a laser, and that allows us to really fine tune everything and really customize. And but really we just started with doing some renos together, and we loved working together, and I thought, I want to start a company. And so I started a company and wanted to be creative, and we took a class together to have some fun, and now we make tables.
All right. And
Yep.
just to be clear, she's saying we because she doesn't have a personality disorder. She has gone into business with her beautiful partner, who is a part of the Noelle James. You both used your middle names.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah. So he's part of the title. He has his own full-time job, and he is my volunteer. Yeah.
For now.
For now.
But we'll see how long. For how long?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And when you're doing custom pieces for people, because that's really the art as well, is coming up with what the wood is asking to be, and also how you can create one-of-a-kind pieces for people's homes, whether it be coffee tables or side tables or end tables or mantles, or tell me all the things.
So when I'm creating something, I let the wood dictate to me what it wants to be. And I honor that, and I clear it using sage and some Reiki, and really think about the energetics of the wood as its own living entity. And if someone else is asking for something custom, then I still use the wood to tell me which piece wants to sort of be involved, I guess, and live on in that way. And it just comes. It simply just comes to fruition.
It's so
Yeah.
cool. Your whole life kind of seems that way up until this date, where how you're in something. 'Cause we didn't get into that, but you had quite a career prior to this. And this has sort of all happened for you in a way that you can't really explain,
That's right.
which I love.
Yeah. Yeah. All of a sudden, we were thinking about, I want to be creative, and how do we make that happen? And then we were taking a course, and all of a sudden we had a business and stepped into it full time in very short order. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Okay, so just speaking of the custom work versus the work that you're doing, so how do you prefer? Do you prefer that the wood speaks to you and you create something out of it and then someone wants to purchase that? Or do you prefer I come to you, tell you what I'm wanting, and then you find the perfect piece for me?
I think it's both.
Okay.
Because sometimes people need some help to visualize and tap into that creativity. And so sometimes they need to see a finished piece and how it might look in their space. And sometimes they come with an idea of what they want in their space. And both are perfectly fine and okay. It just depends on their own level of creativity and confidence.
Nice. And we talked about too, you really curating for small spaces too. For instance, some things that are stapled items aren't exactly the right size or shape, or it even doesn't even really have a life like it could when you have like, it's like a piece of art.
It is a piece of art. Yeah. And these are meant to be hand-me-downs and to be really long lasting. Also, to make the piece really stand out in your space, it needs to be the right size for your space. So if you're living in a condo and you have a really long living room, you don't want to have a big square coffee table. That doesn't really fit the space. You need something that's long and narrow and adds to the space and lets you still move around in the space comfortably without always knocking your knee on the corner. Yeah.
Definitely. We were looking for something just like that, and I was looking for you. Here you are.
Here I am.
And sorry, does all the wood happen to have, it all has to have epoxy on it, or?
No. So I have a piece coming very soon. It'll actually be ready for this weekend. And it has some epoxy just because it had some holes and some cracks. And so we're fortifying it with that, but it is made for a small space and it's made from one slab and it's 2 end tables and the coffee table. So if you actually put them together, you can see it is one created from one slab.
Very cool.
And the epoxy in that piece is just to give it some stability in those spots where there might have been some branches or knots that fell out, and but it's very little epoxy on that one. And yeah.
But do you need it to help protect the wood at all from stains, or how does that all work? Like putting things on the...
Yeah, so we don't use paint or anything. No. We could if that was requested, but we don't. What we use is a UV curing oil, and it is very, very strong and it lasts a really long time. And then on the furniture, we also put a diamond coat on top. Okay. And it protects it completely, water seals it. It is no problems at all.
Nice.
Yeah. And that lasts about 5 years. And if it needs to be redone because it's a very high wear area, it takes about an afternoon. No big deal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the epoxy is like the that table that you showed me that one time that had all the that piece of it. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything you want to add for people to understand about having these pieces in their home, or is it an actual look for some, like some people that's not their aesthetic, and other, or is it for everyone? I'm just like, it's for every, you got to love live. It doesn't always have to be it's just not going to be like this.
It's not going to be manufactured the same as everybody else has. So if you like something that is just for you, very unique, created to your space, to your own tastes, and you want to have total control of what it looks like, and you're already shopping at some of the big box stores, the price actually is not that different. And so I would say reach out and ask. Don't be shy. Tell me what your budget is, and we can make something work.
You're very good that way. You're very good at like working to what someone sort of is looking for and needs. Yeah. And honoring, obviously, the work that goes into it as well. You've got
Absolutely.
a nice balance with those two.
Yeah.
Yeah. The wood that has like your charcuterie boards that have the different colors, when you told me that was all one piece of wood, I was like, what are you talking about? Like you took tons of different pieces of wood and glued them together.
Yes.
You did do that.
I did do that. Oh, I think the one you're thinking of is the coffee table that has the heartwood in the middle and then the lighter, much lighter wood. It's the sapwood on the edges.
Stunning.
That's the piece that's coming out next week.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then how did your clock turn out?
I've got actually a couple of clocks in the works.
Wow.
So I have a custom clock that someone ordered for a Christmas gift. We colored the epoxy to her specific taste. So we mixed a color that nobody will ever have that exact color. I will never be able to recreate that color except get it close, because you literally just pour the powder in.
Wow.
And mix it. Yeah.
Huh. What other pieces have been fun for you? Because you're doing, like, I've asked you to do the knife board that sits on the wall, the magnet knife holder.
Yeah.
Clocks have been requested.
art pieces.
Oh, just art. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, with wood and epoxy and
Stunning.
yeah. And we can mix the epoxy colors even so that they kind of merge together. They can be one solid color. We can put the wood in at different depths so that it has some real texture to it.
You're just having fun.
I love it. I'm just in the zone
So good.
when I'm in there. Yeah, my mental health is really great.
Yeah, my mental health is top notch.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I was going to ask like what lights you up, and obviously this is it. It's creating space and place for you to be creative and work with your hands and have something new kind of coming at you, and working with nature in a sense and hearing what its call is asking and bringing something to life.
Yeah. And soon we'll be working in the shop with veterans and first responders.
Very cool. Helping them with their mental health or their creativity, all the things. Aw. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Aw. That's so special.
Cut. Just kidding. Do whatever you need to do.
How come that makes you tearful? Just because it's such an empowering thing to be able to offer to a human?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So lovely. Aw. So great. You're doing such good work. Yay me.
Yeah. Yay me. Yeah. Mental health is so important. So if we can give back to the community, I want to do that.
Nice. In that way. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you love teaching and you love holding space for others and you're so good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I have to fix my makeup.
Now I've got. Okay. Thanks, Sally. It'll take you a hot minute. All right. So if you're someone who would love just a beautiful piece of art in your home that's made out of wood and epoxy.
Or not.
Or not. Call Sally. Don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Don't think that this is totally out of scope for you. It's a nice, beautiful gift you could give yourself. And hey, or maybe you could go make it.
Yes. Come to the shop.
Come to the shop.
Yep.
3 Hills awaits at the moment.
Yes.
That's very cool. I loved your shop. I didn't get to make anything when I was there, but next time.
Next time.
Maybe it'll be a thing.
Yep.
I love it. Thanks, girl.
Thanks.